For decades, building enterprise software was a lot like building a physical skyscraper. It required a staggering amount of human labor, with thousands of workers methodically placing one structural beam or one line of code at a time. The primary friction point for tech giants used to be the keyboard. Getting a product to market simply meant typing out millions of lines of syntax, which was a slow, expensive, and deeply manual process. This diagram shows how corporations solved that friction. They hired massive armies of coders to generate volume, and to keep them organized, they built sprawling pyramids of middle management. One tier of workers reported to a tier of managers, who reported to directors, stacking all the way up to the executive suite. Over the last year, the brute force labor required at the bottom of that structure has rapidly evaporated. Internal numbers from the largest software platforms confirm the shift. AI currently generates 50% of all code at Shopify, 60% at Airbnb, and a recorded 75% at Google. That automation is quickly spreading to other labor-intensive departments. Airbnb's support bots are now independently resolving 40% of customer service issues without a human agent ever reading the ticket. When machines handle the bulk of the raw output, the corporate pyramids built to oversee thousands of human typists begin to lose their structural purpose. The tech industry is currently adapting to a new leverage equation. Generative tools act as force multipliers, allowing single individuals to produce the output of entire legacy departments. Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky recently laid out the math. He noted that where a project previously required a team of 20 engineers, a single developer can now oversee the entire build by spinning up AI agents to do the work under their supervision. Because individual developers can now accomplish significantly more, tech companies are condensing their organizational charts to stay competitive. Coinbase recently reduced its workforce by 14%. CEO Brian Armstrong used the restructuring to strictly enforce a flatter hierarchy, limiting the company to a maximum of 5 management layers below the CEO. This shift is gaining momentum across the industry. Leaders like Andy Jassy at Amazon and Jack Dorsey at X have both signaled that traditional hierarchies are increasingly unnecessary when AI can handle the logistical load. This flattening reflects a new reality. The massive coordination work that middle managers were originally hired for is being automated out of the equation. This leaves the traditional middle manager in a precarious position. Without armies of junior coders to oversee, the role of pure administration is losing its value. Chesky observed this exact dynamic happening inside Airbnb right now. Senior design and engineering leads are actively shedding their oversight functions, abandoning those roles and returning to the trenches to build software directly. Using tools like Claude Code, these veterans are trading their management titles to become individual makers again. They are directing fleets of algorithms instead of human employees. If algorithms are flawlessly writing the majority of our code, you would expect our digital products to be reaching a state of perfection. But they aren't. Even as he touted AI's coding capabilities, Chesky admitted the technology still struggles with the nuances of travel and e-commerce user experiences. Current chatbots struggle with trip planning, relying on dense text to coordinate multiple humans with conflicting preferences. The industry is reaching a new friction point. With software generation largely automated, the primary bottleneck has shifted to product design. The future of the industry belongs to flat, ultra-lean teams of makers. By automating the heavy lifting of engineering, they can focus all of their resources on the hardest remaining problem: figuring out